Hey there, it's Jenna from the Intern Hustle, and this video is full of my tips for students and recent grads on how to find a mentor. Mentor is a word that gets thrown around a lot. It sounds official, and it may even leave you feel like you're failing if you don't have one. But a mentor is really just someone who has some wisdom to offer you as you continue to take steps in your own journey. A lot of times this person helps guide you along your career path or through various aspects of your professional development. But they can also add value to many other areas of your life. And you can have more than one mentor. Hit that like button if you're ready for my tips. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, it's full of internship tips and inspiration. Hit the red button and tap the bell to be notified of new videos every single week on this channel. Let's dive right in. Here are 5 tips on how to find a mentor as a student or recent grad. Tip number 1, don't force it. The best mentors show up in your life organically, meaning if you're taking intentional action in alignment with your personal and professional goals, then the right people will appear at the right time. Don't be in such a rush to find a mentor that you alienate people by being aggressive in your pursuit. This comes off as inauthentic. Instead, show up. Consistently engage with people's content online. For example, you can follow them on LinkedIn and comment on their posts, or sign up for relevant events where you can put yourself in the room with the right people who can make timely introductions for you. I once made a connection with someone at a weekend certification course related to my industry of interest who ultimately connected me with an individual who became one of my very first mentors. It happened organically because I was intentional about attending an industry event and meeting people with similar interests and aspirations. Put yourself in the best position for things to fall into place, but don't force it. Tip number 2, learn from a lot of people. You can and should have different mentors for different learnings. Don't put one person on a pedestal and expect them to be all things for you. Everyone has their own set of strengths and areas of expertise. One of the best and most simple ways to have multiple mentors is to learn from people's books, podcasts, YouTube videos, or even Instagram and TikTok. That's right, you don't have to know the person for them to be a mentor to you. I have many different people who I consider mentors who I've never met before. In running this business, I rely on a lot of online business mentors to fill in some gaps on what I don't know and what I wish to learn more about. I consider a lot of authors and podcast hosts and even YouTubers on specific topics to be mentors of mine. And I've never met them before. I like to learn from a lot of people, and I'm encouraging you to do the same. Tip number 3, connect with your peers. Other interns, or maybe someone just one step ahead of you, instead of 10, they can be some of your best mentors in life. Their experience is recent, and their advice will be relevant to you. A mentor does not have to be a super experienced professional with years of experience under their belt. In fact, I think one of the best mentors could be a student or recent grad who just completed the internship that you're pursuing. Not only is their experience timely, but they're a lot more likely to respond to you given their affinity to your current stage of life. One of my best mentors is just a couple years older than me and someone I consider a peer. So don't just go after people who you think meet the definition of a mentor. A lot of wisdom can come from connecting with your peers too. Tip number 4, give before you get. Before you ask something of someone, even if it is just 15 to 20 minutes of their time every few months or so, think about how you can add value to them first. You may not think that you have much to offer them, but you most likely do. Take the time to find out what that could look like. Is it buying their book and writing a review for it? Is it showing up consistently and engaging with them on Twitter or LinkedIn? Is it referring them to someone in your network who could be a great employee for their team? Or even tutoring their child on a subject that you're quite strong at? Do your research and come up with ways to add value first. People will genuinely want to give back to you in return. Give before you get. Tip number 5, get creative. I once heard of a person who really wanted to learn from an executive at their company, but they knew that this person was already limited on time and bandwidth. They also knew that they lived in the same area as this executive, and that if they carpooled to work with them, they'd be able to take the express carpool lane, saving time on the commute, and getting one-on-one time with the executive each day. So that's what they did. They offered to be a carpool buddy to the executive for this daily work commute. This person said yes, and it was a win-win. The individual got time and mentorship from the executive on a daily basis, and the executive saved time in their commute, and they were able to get some work done in the car on the days that they weren't driving. A creative solution that led to a great mentor-mentee relationship. Now, maybe carpooling isn't an option for you, but think about how else you may be able to get access to someone at the top of a company. Speaking from personal experience, getting to observe a CEO at work is a form of mentorship in and of itself. If you can find a way to get in the same room or at the same table and learn through observation, I promise you it can be just as good as having a mentor. So raise your hand to take notes for a big meeting. Get access, get creative. Those are 5 tips that can help you in your search to find a mentor. Of course, I believe that internships are a great way to gain new mentors in your life as well. Some of the very best mentors in my life came through my internship experiences, and informational interviews were really the gateway to those internships and opportunities. If you haven't already, check out my videos on how to have an informational interview and download my informational interview guide that gives you a sample template of how to reach out to people who you have an interest in connecting with. I've included the link to grab it in the description below. Thanks for watching. If this video gave you some new insights today, please give it a like and share it with a friend or two. Hit that red subscribe button and bell below so that you don't miss out on future videos. In support of your hustle, I'm Jenna from theinternhustle.com, and I'll see you next Monday.